Well, a very good morning to you watching. This is Smart Men's Business, and today is the 7th of November 2023. Oh my goodness, I don't know. I just feel like we're in December already. But anyway, welcome to Smart Men's Business here in Smart 24 TV, where we drive your business. Well, of course, my name is Masaka Tim, and we are going to be taking you, and of course, a team will be coming in, joining us later on, and I'm going to be taking you all the way till 9:55 a.m. And of course, here on Smart Men's Business, we always have exciting topics for you every day that goes by. And of course, today, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya actually won the bid to host the AFCON 2027, and all conversations today are going to be rotating around that. How ready are we as Uganda? How ready are we? Actually, today we're particularly focusing on Uganda. How ready are we for the CAM 2027, where we're going to be hosting AFCON, the African Cup of Nations? Well, for some people, they're excited because it's going to be a good opportunity for them. Those that are into business, trust me, it's going to be booming. Well, of course, how it's going to benefit us as Ugandans as an economy. First of all, we see our tourism is going to be boosted. Well, of course, the influx of international football fans and tourists during the tournament will generate substantial revenue for hospitality sector, including hotels, restaurants, transport providers, and of course souvenir vendors. And of course, you know how it is. People are going to come into. People are not only going to come from Africa, but also the rest of Africa, the other continents. Are going to come and witness this exciting tournament. So therefore, hotels are going to be fully booked because people are not going to stay in people's homes. They're going to have to stay in hotels. You cannot come in Uganda and fail to, witness the beautiful gorillas, the national parks that we have, the source of the Nile. My goodness, that is number one stop point where people are going to be heading to. So we see tourism is going to boom. From that season, it's going to boom. So expectancy is really high. So therefore, those that are into the hotel industry, those that are into the tour operators, you have to, get your cars running by 2027. You are ready to take people around. For those that have tourist destinations, you have what is it called? You have refurbished. You have done all the requirements. You have improved your infrastructure, your hotel rooms. Yeah, you've put AC if there has not been. Anyway, AC is not good. When you're outside in the park, you need to breathe fresh air. So it's really good. So definitely, those that are into the tourism sector is going to be booming. We expect it to boom, not only in Uganda, but even to the rest of the countries that are going to be hosting the AFCON 2027. And of course, infrastructure development. We've seen so far, even before AFCON, we've seen infrastructure being, roads being constructed, but then this will actually have a huge impact. Imagine you're having, it's like CHOGM, the Commonwealth CHOGM. A lot was done in the fastest short period. The roads were made. The buildings were set up. So definitely, it's an eye-opener for such huge events to be taking place in Uganda, because in Uganda, it takes a huge event for us to be that serious with our country. And of course, we're seeing roads there's gonna be need for construction of roads, airports, international airport. Then we have other airstrips that will also be expanded into airports. Then the stadiums as well. We've seen Nachivuo being worked on. And of course, other stadiums, other training grounds are going to be also worked on, because the state they're in is really devastating. And therefore, for that matter, with the funding that we're going to be having, 2.8 trillion, I believe it's going to be used to its advantage. So therefore, these investments will not only enhance the country's hosting capacity, but also improve its overall infrastructure in the long-term economic growth. So Who knows? Your road could, the road leading to your area could be the roads that leading to Kacheka Stadium, because Kacheka Stadium is also going to be one of the stadiums that are going to be a training ground. So imagine people are going to be using Mbarara, so they need air buses. They need a bus, they need transportation. So those that are into the transport, those that are into the transport sector also will have their company that time, because people border, safe border, then we have Uber, then we have safe car. I mean, people are gonna make money, some little money. Yeah. So of course we see also foreign direct investment. And of course, hosting the AFCON will put Uganda on the global stage, attracting attention of international investors. Much as we've been having investors, but this could be a huge opportunity when people come out, you know, to witness this amazing tournament, and then they find interesting fundamentals in Uganda. Definitely they would want to invest in this beautiful nation because it has a lot of capability. So as an investor, as an investor out there, I believe it could be, if you've been looking out for a place where to invest, trust me, Uganda is the number. Actually, it's one of the countries in Africa that they say is very good for investment. So there's no minimum wage. I mean, a lot could be at your advantage. But anyway, just to not to, so investment would actually be really specific in specific areas, tourism, we have infrastructure and manufacturing, because that is where, for now, our strength is in tourism. So we're trying as much as can to improve. So if you could have your infrastructure set up there, you have your accommodation center set up there, it could attract more people into, and of course, job creation. A lot of people are going to get jobs due to this, yeah. And of course, those that are into tourism, those that are into construction, those that are into, those that sell different things around. So job opportunities are going to be created, innovations are going to come up, logistics, then we have sports management. So definitely we're going to be having a lot to do with creation of jobs with the coming of the AFCON 2027. So target yourself, position yourselves, like in Uganda they say wetega, and position yourself so that you can be among the people that benefit from this huge, it's going to be actually a huge event, a huge event for East Africa, and we really are so happy and honored to be glad to host the AFCON 2027 tournament. Well, of course, we also, when it comes to brand enhancing, we see AFCON is going to put Uganda on an international profiling. You know, we shall also be on the list of those that have hosted the AFCON. Yeah, it's quite amazing, isn't it? Well, of course, when it comes to showcasing its natural beauty, heritage, and of course, warm hospitality, people are going to start branding, people are going to start advertising, people are going to start marketing, you know, so that people, they lure people to their places. You know, I have the best hotel in town. You put out flyers, you know, it's going to enhance our brand as Uganda so that people really know that Uganda is the pearl of Africa indeed. We some of you may be asking, what pearls do we have? Do we have oysters? What do we have? But why do we need oysters? We are the pearl. We are the pearl ourselves. You don't need to go for oysters. We are the pearl. The pearl is in us. So definitely that is what will actually be of great importance, brand enhancement. People are going to know more of Uganda, more of Kenya, more of Tanzania. Then, of course, looking at sports development, yeah, like I told you, some stadiums are going to be worked upon, training grounds are going to be facilitated. So therefore, this is going to be a huge thing for Uganda. Of course, for the Ugandan talents, those that have been hoping, I think there's going to be recruitment for youngsters to play for the Ghana Cranes. So therefore, if you've been out there and you feel like you can play ball, those that are into the junior stages, you could be among those that could actually be playing for Uganda Cranes come 2027. So therefore, do not lose hope. if you're into sports, if you love sports, football most especially, you have to know that this could give you a huge opportunity. And of course, after this, we're going to be having other tournaments, you know, where Uganda is recognized, where Kenya is recognized, where Tanzania is recognized. So therefore, it's going to be a huge opportunity for the sports department or ministry or entity, you know. And of course, it will also bring unity and pride. And it's good to have such events in your country. You know, singing the national anthem, singing it out loud. Oh my goodness, it's just quite interesting. And of course, hosting the AFCON will unite Ugandans in their support for the national team and the country as a whole. You know, it's quite absurd. It's really funny, actually. If you took time and asked Ugandans how they feel about the Ugandan cranes, I'll tell you, if we had a tournament, majority of people wouldn't want to watch it. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. It's because the expectations are the usual expectations. Oh my goodness, maybe we're not gonna. But you know, we are supposed to be our #1 fans for our team here in Uganda. Root for them. That is what is gonna give them morale at the end of the day to win. So if we are home, they're going out in different parts of Africa playing, and we have one representative. It's so demoralizing for them. Yeah, we need people, we want to see people buying tickets, going all the way to Algeria, going to South Africa to watch these different tournaments that are taking place. So please, I urge you, implore you to be the #1 fan. I do support Uganda Cranes, really. I'm all about Uganda. I do support. I also have a Joseph for Uganda Cranes, so definitely trust me. I am rooting for Uganda, hoping that we check this time around. And of course, it will actually, the AFCON 2027 will really be a huge opportunity for Uganda to be recognized, you know, have an international reputation, despite what people think. So it will give them an overview like, oh my goodness, so this is Uganda. I have heard stories about it, but it's different. So you see, that will increase our pride and of course, know that we are really appreciated and we have a lot to offer the world that is out there. Well, that is it for our morning call. Today we're going to be focusing on AFCON 2027 and the Uganda's economy. How are we going to benefit from AFCON 2027? Or you know, mudala wa chapati, you want to put it there, so start preparing bilungo ingredients and how you're going to make that different cuisine. Let people come in and, you know, buy what you have, you know. We want to see different delicacies. We want to see, I don't know the time that maybe the event will be in. We want to see different delicacies. Obo, we want to see from the north, we want to see from the east, we want to see from western, different delicacies where people have to taste and have a feel. And you know, like they be like, just like we go out there and want to eat burgers or KFC, that's the same spirit we want to see here in Uganda. Well, of course, today being a Tuesday, a lot happened yesterday and a lot is yet to happen. But then let's take a look at what is happening into the press. Well, of course, today's paper, the New Vision, government issues tough rules on saunas and steam baths. So, page 3. So, get yourself a copy of the New Vision if you want to know the reason as to why there's going to be tough rules on saunas and bath steams. You know, those were one of the last places that that were opened during the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, of course, here, Daily Monitor, New Vision. Well, teenagers not taking HIV drugs, report says a number of areas, including Kampala and Bugisu, have been singled out for the low uptake of these HIV drugs among people below 19 years, with health authorities partly blaming it on stigma. So it's quite absurd, actually. There is a lot of stigma, if you didn't know, for those that maybe for those that are born with HIV. when you go to school probably and you're taking that tab and someone's like, oh my goodness, I can't talk to this person, they are infected. So it's really absurd. So I think that is why for young children, for students, it's very hard for them. Also when the school gets to know, it's detrimental to their brains. And of course, many saunas are ticking time bomb. Of course, making headlines also in the papers. No conjugal rights on the eve of Musoga royal wedding. For those that are into culture, if you're really a good Musoga, I don't think you'd really want to break the law, because here it says no conjugal rights. So please adhere to it. This is really important. This is really important. Come the 18th of November, just next week, we're going to be witnessing the big royal wedding of the century. Not the century, of the decade, or the decade or century. And of course, let's see here what we have in the new vision regarding the issue of saunas. Now, of course, in the wake of a damning report on the state of saunas and steam baths, the government has issued tough operational guidelines intended to safeguard Ugandans. Now, of course, the National Building Review Board, in a report released yesterday, Monday, indicated that 90% of saunas and steam baths posed a danger to human life with a high potential of exploding. Ooh, too much heat. Too much heat. You give it a big burn in your body. Well, the semi-autonomous state entity under the Works and Transport Ministry rolled out a study in June 2021 following sauna and steam baths related accidents that claimed lives and injured people. So definitely it is the health hazards when it comes to saunas, but do go there once in a while. You just go there once in a while, but not every day. You could be one of the victims that would be in accidents. Now, of course, over 330,000 unverified SIM cards to be blocked. So you could actually be there. Have you seen messages of them telling you to verify your card? So definitely you could be among the people that whose SIM cards are going to be really blocked. And of course, Museveni meets Venezuelan, Italian, Ethiopian envoys, and of course, businessman Katanga's murder crime scene was tampered with. And of course, here the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni last week met and held bilateral discussions with diplomats from Venezuela, Italy, and Ethiopia. And of course, Museveni on Thursday held discussions with the Venezuelan envoys, the state Nakasero, and of course they were talking matters regarding investment. So that is how we are in Uganda, that's how we're doing in Uganda, and therefore the president is doing all he can to make sure that, we have something for ourselves. And of course, we're about now into the traffic updates. As yesterday, a lot of roads were actually blocked. The Mukwana Road, Mukwana Road was blocked, so therefore there was a lot of traffic that was happening there yesterday. For those that did turn up on time yesterday to work, that was one of the reasons. Then the Gaba Road was also closed at Kabaragala and Soya yesterday. There was commotion. Then Munyonyo Road closed at Auto Spa. Then the old Port Bay Road closed at the Larry Crossing, Wankoko. So that is the situation, and of course the weather is a little bit, it's a little bit dull. That is along Wandagea, that is the Wandagea traffic lights right there. For those that are coming in all the way from Kasui, coming in from Nankulabi, coming in, oh my God, there's a lot of homes that side, Makerere, where there's some traffic, but it's moving, it's really moving. It's not that static compared to other days. So therefore, on that note, you have to make sure that you keep time, get to work early, and be really, really safe on the road. just before the showers of rain get started, because I'm seeing really the weather is not really that friendly. So get to work on time so that you don't fall victim of these rains, because you see these border cyclists do not have umbrellas, so it won't be nice for you. For those that are coming in coming in from the city center, you can see there's a lot of confusion actually. You know, much as there is always a traffic police officer, the border riders tend to they call this side to go, and these ones also passing, maneuvering. So I don't really get it. I don't get it. Is it because borders can maneuver? Well, of course, for those that are Bombo Road, that side, yeah, static. Traffic is a little static for now, as you can see there. Those that are coming in from Bombo, and of course those are coming in from Malago, those that are coming in from Garden City, those that are coming in from Access Road, all that way, Kololo. Yeah, you can see traffic is not that bad along the Wandegea traffic lights. Well, of course, 23 minutes in 7, and of course people are rushing to work. Yeah, first, second week of the month, you have to be really I like the fact that I see bicycles. That means people are really opting to exercise in the morning by riding their bicycles, because I mean, with the economy these days, it's not economing. Therefore, you have to, find means of reaching to work regardless of whatever means you use. If you try to jog, you can't jog till you get to work. But it's so exhausting, really. But of course, like I told you, that those that are coming in from YSA, or maybe you're coming in from the city center, coming in from Garden City, you're coming in all that way. Molago, that side, I believe there is no much traffic, really. There's no much traffic, because I mean, those, I think maybe they'd be going to Makerere. Some are lecturers, some have businesses in their side, but traffic is not that much compared to evening hours, where traffic is too much, because people are coming in from working areas, Nakasero, Kololo, the city center, Ginger Road. They use that shortcut going that way. But anyway, that is it for our traffic updates today. Well, today it's not that congested compared to the rest of the days. I don't know. Well, is it because it's Tuesday? Maybe it's still early for some people. But anyway, that is it, 25 minutes past 7 a.m. And that was it for our traffic updates today. But then, like I told you, there are very many roads that are under construction. So therefore, if you're caught in jam for a few hours, you have to know that, like I said, the roads that are under construction, I told you, old Port Bear Road, also closed at Larry Crossing, was closed yesterday, and there's a lot of construction happening. So therefore, you can use panyas, or you can use a border. The borders know the easiest roads, the easiest panyas, if you want to reach on time. Therefore, you have to know. Of course, here, there's a report here at the Clock Tower Junction, Mango Hill, and of course, yeah, a lot of roads are under construction. So therefore, you have to be patient for a minute, for just for a few minutes, or if not an hour. Well, that is it for our traffic updates, and of course, we're going in for a short commercial break. And coming up is East Africa and international business news. Do stick around. Have a cup of tea.